Everything cool here with David Howard Thornton. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Enjoying a nice, relaxing day, even though it's gray and yucky out here in New York.
Yeah, it's awful. I'm near Buffalo myself. It's quite gray out there.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Is it colder up there right now, or what?
No, it's actually in the high 60s, so it's crazy warm.
God, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to -10.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I was just up in Canada last week filming, and it was like 20-something degrees up there then. I'm like, jeez.
So
crazy.
I understand you're going to be appearing at the Astronomicon. Is that right?
Yes, indeed. I think it's the first weekend of February.
That's right, man. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, are you a fan of Twisted or no?
Twisted, which Twisted did we talk about?
Twisted, the band.
Oh no, I haven't heard Twisted before.
Really?
Yeah, I'm weird when I might have actually heard them and didn't realize it. I really suck with band names.
Well, you know what it is. Twisted they're a rap duo, and they used to be like they paint themselves up. You know what I mean? They kind of look like you when you do your Art the Clown thing.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about now. Yes.
Yeah, but the reason I'm even bringing them up is they're the host of Astronomicon. That's their Comic-Con.
Oh, sweet. Okay, that's really cool.
So when you see a bunch of dudes walking around like clowns and stuff like that, you know what I mean? You'll fit right in.
Oh yeah, totally blend in. It's one of the few places art can blend in. You know, no one will think anything of it.
They'll probably think you're part of the band. You know what I mean? So kids
don't know. Exactly. Either that or like Insane Clown Posse. You know, you could just totally blend in with the Juggalos.
Well, you see, that's the thing with Twisted. They used to be on that label until they broke off, and then they formed their own thing.
That makes perfect sense.
They toured forever with ICP, and they have a band together called the Lotus, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but you'll learn more all about it when you go to the con, man. They'll be walking around, and I'm sure they'll be taking pictures with you and whatnot.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So, speaking of Art the Clown, it's got to be pretty crazy for you to have a role where you're known for your vocal talents to be someone who doesn't speak.
Yeah, it's a little bit ironic. It's like, you know, that's my thing. It's like my biggest strong point I've always relied on as an actor was my voice. I'd like do over 200 impersonations, and now what I'm known for is not talking at all.
Yeah, I got a kick out of it when I'm looking over your IMDb, and it's just like video games, cartoons, different awards for your vocals, and then your main thing now is not speaking. Yeah,
go figure. You know, that's.
Now, how did that all come about? I mean, I understand Art the Clown was showed in a previous film before the Terrifier came out. How did the role come into your hands?
Well, it was kind of serendipitous because I had taken a few months off of work just to audition after I came back from doing my 5th tour with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical. And I just wanted to focus on auditioning, and that's when I was really focused on trying to get Broadway tours and stuff like that. And I had been up for 4 or 5 different Broadway tours and final callbacks, and every single one of those fell through, and I was getting really, a little bit irritated because I'm so close to getting something, and it's just ugh. And then I came across this audition for Terrifier looking for a tall, skinny guy that had clowning or physical comedy experience. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect for me. And I was already familiar with the character because I'd seen All Hallows Eve, and I was like, oh my God, yeah. So I asked my agents to submit me, and the rest is history. It's just it's one of those things, if I had gotten any of those tours, I wouldn't have been able to either film or audition. It worked out the right way for me.
Now, it's one of those roles that caught on as a horror icon. I mean, you're known everywhere now.
It's kind of crazy.
Now,
it is kind of crazy.
What is it like for you when you do these Comic-Cons? I mean, I understand you do some photos where you dress in the character. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that. It's a lot of fun. The only time I do that, though, is when they bring Damien out, because he's we have an agreement with each other that, you know, if I'm going to do costumes and makeup at a convention, he needs to be the one to do it because, you know, if we're going to do that, he wants art to look the best. He wants to give the fans like the true Art the Clown experience. So he doesn't want anybody else doing the makeup. So you know, if Damien's brought out to a convention, you know, more than likely I'm going to be in costume and makeup for it. So that's what's pretty cool. But I mean, I love doing those conventions anyway. I'm a big, huge geek myself, so I kind of geek out. I like even just like wandering around the vendors tables. I'm like, if I had a bigger apartment here in New York, I would be buying everything of these things. Cause I'm like, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. But my adult side's going, no, you have no room for any of that.
You see, that's what I was wondering is who did the makeup. So that makes sense that, you know.
Yeah, it's good old Damien.
So doing these cons, who have you been most excited to meet?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I've met, you know, so many great horror icons, you know, like the guys I grew up watching, like, you know, Kane Hodder, Robert Englund, all those guys. And then I'd say probably my two like big ones that I met last year that I was really, really excited about because I got to spend some time talking with them was Christopher Lloyd and Doug Jones, because Doug is like one of my big idols, and I've looked at him and his work for years trying to get inspiration from him. So that was, both of them were really cool opportunities to really sit down and chat. But you know, like people like Kane and like Felissa Rose and Bill Mosley and all those guys. I mean, they've gotten to be like friends of mine now. So it's like they're almost like extended family. So it's pretty cool.
Now, Bill's actually going to be at the Astronomicon with you.
Yeah. It's been a few months since I've seen him, so I'm excited to see him again.
I'd love to see a picture. He's doing Chop Top where he's in his costume. I'd love to see the picture of Art and Chop Top standing.
Oh, God, that would be fun. If we can coordinate that, that'd be awesome. I'm sure, you know, he would totally do it.
So tell me a little bit more about the Terrifier 2.
Oh, God. There's so much I wish I could tell. But unfortunately, I can't reveal a lot of stuff. But I will say that we're definitely more ambitious this time. We have a bigger budget. We're still not big, huge Hollywood, you know, studio budget. We're still under $1 million. But hey, we've got a lot more than we had for the first one, so we're able to do a lot more. And so we've you know, expanded the universe more. We're bringing, you know, more side characters in, you know, developing them. So we're much more plot oriented, but we're still not losing what made the first movie work so well, and that was just Art himself. I think, you know, his character, you know, this is, you know, the maliciousness to the character and the entertainment value to the character as well. We're not losing any of that. We filmed a kill scene a few weeks ago in Philadelphia, and I have to say it's probably going to rival the hacksaw scene in the first one. Just the brutality of it all. It is that was. Ooh, I've seen some of the footage from it, and I'm just like, yeah, people are gonna be angry at us.
That's what they like to hear, you know. The more guts, the more gore.
It's not just guts either. It's brutal. It is brutal, but that's what this genre is about, and we're not pulling punches at all. We're totally pushing that envelope there.
Now, I understand you guys got some well-known people to be in this film with you. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at.
Yeah, they just have like little cameo roles here or there.
What about the kid from Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai, the kid from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, man, he plays Daniel LaRusso's son. He plays Eric in this film.
Oh, that's not even a character named Eric in the film.
I'm looking at.
Oh, wait, hold on. What's his name?
Griffin. Santo Pietro.
I haven't. Okay, yeah. He's. I think I know who that is now. I haven't done the scene with him, so I have no idea. I think he's like one of the friends from of like the little brother or something like that. I just wasn't involved in that scene.
See, I'm just pulling things up and I'm seeing different names that I know. That's what
I didn't know he was in Cobra Kai. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, he's Daniel LaRusso's son.
Oh, that's amazing. See, I was wondering because like, we've had this one guy that has kept on putting him. I can't remember his name right now, but he kept on putting himself on IMDb over and over again, saying he was this role in the film. There's not even a certain role, and I'm like, who is this guy? We keep on like having to remove his thing off IMDb, so that's what I thought you were talking about at first.
Oh no. Guys, well, now I'm going to do it then. I'm going to put my name up there.
Oh my God, this was crazy. I don't know who this guy is. I'm like, dude, do you really think you're going to get anywhere in this industry by doing something like that?
You know, exactly. Just putting your name out there, huh? I'm going to trust me.
Yeah.
Probably how
We've had to remove him several times, so it's just like, dude, what is your deal?
That's how he's getting dates. He's going, check out my IMDb, man. I'm in the new tour.
Oh, probably so, yeah. You're probably like, oh, they just cut me out of the film or blah, blah, blah.
You know, I read that the kid who played Jason Lively from Night of the Creeps, he was in National Lampoon. Is he in the film or?
Well, he was originally supposed to, but I don't think that's going to happen now because he had a scheduling conflict the day that he was supposed to film, unfortunately. But Jason's a good friend of ours and stuff like that. We became, you know, he's one of those other people that we met at these conventions we become like family with. So, you know, if we can still find a way to get him in there, we want to.
Perfect, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll always remember him as Rusty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh man, Jason's hysterical. The stories I can tell about him at these conventions, he's a nut. He's like a grown-up Rusty when I think about it, really.
So let me ask you this: what's it like having all these people come up to you and they're loving the Art the Clown? You know, I mean, you're known for so many different things, but they're like, "Hey, tell me more."
It's pretty cool. It's pretty surreal at the same time. I'm still getting used to it because, you know, to me, I'm still myself. I'm still this like, you know, shy geek from Alabama that you just I feel like I just lucked out on this. So it's, you know, going back to how it was for me growing up when, you know, I was kind of like bullied in school and everything, it's kind of, it's a change, you know, having everybody like now wanting to hang out with me. So I'm like, oh, this is nice. So I'm adjusting, but I mean, it's pretty cool though. I'm just like, I never imagined anything like this would ever happen in my life. So I'm pretty grateful for it.
So do you get a mix of fans coming up to you? Do they know that you do the productions when you're going out as the Grandpa and the Grinch and things like that?
I think some do. Others are surprised that I'm a big, huge musical theater geek. So it's kind of funny that I've run that gamut of doing like children's theater to, you know, flat out just almost like torture porn. So it's like, you know, that was really weird because last year, I also was on this Hulu series called The Bravest Night, and I was just doing voices for different little creatures like goats and like a chipmunk and stuff like that. And it's a show for like little kids, and I'm like, yeah, it's funny that here you have me, you know, it's like I kill all these people horribly on screen, and then I'm over here doing the voice of a chipmunk.
Now, is there any outtakes where you're in full clown makeup and you bust out in song?
Oh yeah, definitely do that. I they actually got me just goofing around on set the other night where I busted it. I just made up a song on the spot, a birthday song or something like one of our PAs was recording me doing that. So who knows? It might make it into the bloopers or something like that.
Now you were saying how this film has a bigger budget. I was looking at the Indiegogo. You guys were looking for $50,000 to do a scene, and you guys ended up pulling out with $215,000.
Yeah, we did not expect that.
It's amazing. And I mean, that shows you what the fans are truly after, and that's obviously a great scene.
It really does. It really does. I was not expecting that kind of like response from the fans. It's helped us out tremendously too, because I don't think we realized how ambitious we were being, because when we started, you know, doing the budget, we're like, oh wow, thank goodness we got all this. Making movies is expensive.
Well, you know what's crazy is I'm looking through all the perks and whatnot, and the smaller items, there wasn't a lot of, there were some, but the bigger stuff is what really people are going after. I mean, you guys sold 4 of the $10,000 back end producer deals.
Oh, it's amazing. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's like, you know what I mean? I mean, you got to have some kind of bank in your pocket to be like, you know what? I need to be.
Yeah, no
I love
kidding.
this movie so much. I want to be part of it. Let me throw some cash into it.
Oh, I know. I was like, who? I did not expect any of that, especially. I'm like, who? I just don't think the average person has that kind of money just to throw into a project like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it goes to say that they do. I mean, there's certainly a few out there, and they're loving the film much. They're what they can.
Yeah. I'm very grateful for them, too.
So, I mean, I understand you can't say too much about the film, but what's the ideal of it? I mean, give me a little bit.
Well, this one, it takes place a year later. Art's come back from the dead and everything, and so this one we're introducing a new protagonist into it. So we're shaping this character in this one. This is really her origin story in a lot of ways, I would say. It's and she has her little brother as well, and her mom. So it's just like it's focused around their little world and how art basically just comes in and wreaks all kinds of havoc in their world. And you find some more stuff about a little bit about what's going on with art. But I think we still don't want to just give away everything about him yet. So we're probably going to wait till like a third film or something like that to get more into his origins and stuff like that. So this one's more about, the first film was, that was basically Art's introduction to the world. The second film, this one is more now how art has impacted that world, and especially the lives of this family. So we're building that, and then I think that the third film, that's when things are really going to come to a head. But we'll see.
So how does that work out when you have a third picture in mind already? Do you guys cater to that when you're making this film?
Yeah. Because we already know how we want to begin the next film and also end the next film. So we have that already fleshed out in our minds. We just got to flesh out everything in between. But yeah, we already have we have that end goal already, like where we want to go with things. So.
Now, in the second film, is there a tie-in to the first? I mean, obviously, besides you, the main character, but the girl who got away, is she featured at all, or?
She might be.
Perfect.
She might be.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man, that opening scene when you're in the pizza shop, that little wave that you do, it was awesome.
Thank you.
That first couple minutes has got me trapped right into the film. I was like, I got to see how this goes. I wasn't, when you first pops up, I didn't hear the film. I seen the outfit and I seen the box, and I was like, I'm going to give this shit a try. What are we going to see here? And then after that, it was like, I got to see this ride, and it was amazing. It was a really good film.
Oh, that scene was so much fun to film. I love that scene. And I think we have a scene kind of comparable to that in this one too, which is fun too.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So when can we expect the sequel to come out?
Well, we're aiming for October this year, but that's determined on how we do with distribution and all that kind of stuff. But that's our goal, is to get it out by October. So knock on wood on that. You never know with these indie films, so nothing's set in stone yet, but that's our goal.
Now, when you're getting such a big fan base like that, is there a chance to make it a theatrical release, or is this going to be VOD, or?
That I don't know. We would love to have a theatrical release. That would be fantastic. But at the same time, probably if we had a theatrical release, it would have to be like an NC-17 rating. Because, this is rough. It's like some of the stuff we've already filmed and stuff I know we're going to film. They're pretty brutal. So, I don't know what would go on there. I mean, even if they had to cut some things and then we could release a director's cut, because, we definitely want to give the fans what they're clamoring for. We don't want to hold back at all. And I think that's one of problems I've seen with so many horror films recently. They pull back so much. They pull their punches instead of taking risks and going places. We're not afraid of taking risks.
See, that's what I like to hear. I mean, in this day and age, everyone's getting so offended over the slightest thing that movies and music are truly suffering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's so afraid of pissing somebody off. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. Well, we're definitely probably going to piss some people off with this. Especially down there with, the evangelicals. They're going to be like, how dare you? This is disgusting. You need Jesus.
So you're making me more and more excited about the.
Oh God. Oh, like I said, I wish I could say some of the things we have done so far. I'm like, we had one night where we're filming outdoors, and I was doing a kill scene, and this van showed up at the location where we're filming at because they're coming, I guess, into work that morning, and they see me wailing on someone, and they just stop, and all of a sudden they just like back up real fast and go flying out of there, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, right. Imagine
we've already had the cops called on us at one point when we were filming this one scene because people are on their way to work and they saw this bloody clown walking into this building and they reported it. The cops show up and, well, we've got this report of a clown, and they're like, where's the clown? And I'm like, over there just covered in blood. I'm like, hi.
You're like, I'm a really good guy. Don't worry,
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh, I see why we were called.
Now, did you guys capture any of those moments for, like, extras on the DVD or whatever?
I hope so. I know there was, like, this one scene we're filming, and it was a very serendipitous thing that they caught on film, and I hope they use it, where this guy was walking by a door, and he was just a pedestrian outside, and he sees me, and I keep going with the scene, and I just do this like shh to him, and he just kind of looks at me, and like eyes get big, and he just turns abruptly and walks away really fast, and I was like, oh, that was amazing. Because our costumer was outside when that happened, so she overheard his remarks right after. He was just like walking by, just going, what the was that?
Yeah.
It's like, that was mess. What the? So it's like, yeah, if we're getting those kind of reactions from people, that's a good sign that we're doing something right.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, when you're scaring the general public, they don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Now, people want to follow up. They want to know more about the film. Is there any kind of social media pushing with this?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's I believe there's a Twitter page for Terrifier too. There's also Instagram and Facebook. I mean, I post stuff all the time on Facebook and Instagram under David Howard Thornton, so I'm on both of those platforms there.
Awesome. Now, with your own social media, does it keep track of where you're going to be? I mean, I understand we got the Astronomicon, but I'm sure there's more stuff for you.
Yeah. There's also I think there's even a fan page on Facebook that tracks all of that too. I actually need to make some more posts about my upcoming cons. So thank you for reminding me to do that.
Well, I mean, you never know where people get excited over these things, and I mean, I know I do as a fan myself. It's always cool to check these out. It's fun,
I've just fallen behind on that because I've been so busy filming, but I have a week or so off from filming right now because they're filming some other scenes I'm not in, and then also our DP is having a baby. So it's like, this happens. Right.
Well, a little break could be nice, get yourself caught up on things that are going on, and
Oh yeah. At least I can start preparing my taxes.
Well, it gives you some time to catch up on Twisted, so you know who you're dealing with at the Astronomicon.
Exactly. That's a good point. I should do that.
Go in there and start calling them ICP.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing, man? Hey, you're the ICP guys. No, we're not.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right, man. It's been great talking to you. I'm looking forward to the film. And the Astronomicon is going to be February 7th through the 9th in the Wyndham Garden. And that is in Sterling Heights, Michigan. And you want to catch up more with David Howard Thornton, you can go to... Where are they going to go?
Oh, you can just find me on Facebook and Instagram under David Howard Thornton.
Cool.
Simple as that. Yep.
Expect to see some updates on what other cons will be at pretty soon.
Yes, indeed.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the film. Great talking to you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Great talking to you too, man. Take care.